Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you so much for joining us at our post-race press conference for the extraordinary Ironman World Championship for 2025. Good afternoon to everybody who joins us live here in Kailua, Kona, and to all of our viewers and our Iron fans all over the world. What a day. Could anybody have predicted how our race day would unfold? From when our professional women went into the water this morning and the cannon went at 6:25, we knew we were in for a treat. Lucy Charles-Barclay, the 2023 Ironman World Champion, leading and taking charge of the race. But it wasn't to be Lucy Charles' day. Neither was it to be the day for your 2022 Ironman World Champion, Chelsea Sodaro, who unfortunately had to pull out of the race early on the bike course. We also saw Lucy chasing down Taylor after there'd been changes out on the bike course. She got that 1 minute unintentional littering penalty. We saw Taylor had issues with her special needs bag. The race was going from left to right and up and down and every which way it could go. And then we saw that Lucy Charles-Barclay on the run course had to pull up. And a sad sight to see our 2023 Ironman World Champion having to DNF. We thought it was Taylor's day, but it certainly wasn't to be Taylor's day. Indeed, today when we saw her at just 2 miles from home, she also did not make it to the finish line. So the day became the day for a Norwegian rookie. Our Ironman World Champion for 2025, Solveig Løvseth, winning on debut, following in the footsteps of fellow country athletes from Norway. She took the tape in grand style on Ali'i Drive. And of course, we saw that run course best time by the incredibly resilient Kat Matthews, just 35 seconds separating the podium between your women's world champion and your silver medalist. And just a little fact that I believe Bob Babbitt has given us this evening is that it was the third closest finish in an Ironman World Championship history, behind Julie Moss and Kathleen McCartney, who were 29 seconds apart, and Dave Scott and Scott Tinley, who were 33 seconds apart. So what an incredible day we have had here today in Kailua, Kona. We're going to get straight into introducing your top 5 women to our press conference today. In 5th place, she swam 55:41. She biked a 4:40:50. She ran a 3:06:03 for a total time of 8 hours, 48 minutes and 8 seconds. From Austria, Lisa Perterer. Running down that finish line with the most magnificent smile on her face after a 52:02 swim, a 4:43:21 bike and a 3:04:32 run for a total finish time of 8:46:25. It's New Zealand's Hannah Berry. And moving now into the top 3. She was your 2024 defending champion, your winner in Nice last year. She swam a 55:50, biked a 4:40:26, ran a 2:55:53 for a total race finish time here in Kona of 8:37:28, representing Germany, Laura Philipp. She sits in the silver medal position. She's now a 3-time silver medalist at an Ironman World Championship. A swim of 55:43, a 4:40:08 bike, a 2:47 course best time run, a 2:47:23 run. Only one of 2 athletes to go sub 8 hours 30 on this course today. 8:29:02, her finish time, representing the United Kingdom, Kat Matthews. And now let's see the splits for your champion. She swam a 55:40 in the Roka swim. She biked a 4:31:53 and that Zoot bike course. And then she ran a 2:55:47 on the Hoka Marathon for a total finish time of 8 hours, 28 minutes and 27 seconds. Just 35 seconds ahead of second place. Representing Norway, she is your 2025 Ironman World Champion, Solveig Løvseth. So first of all, congratulations to you all on completing what we now know was an incredibly difficult day of racing for you out there. Lisa, I'm going to start with you. 5th place, Kona rookie. Has it lived up to the hype?
I mean, I'm very happy about my 5th place. I came here exactly with this goal, and crossing this finish line in 5th, meant a lot to me. It was a very long season so far, and I couldn't wish for more.
You've talked about loving racing in the heat. Do you still love the heat after racing in Kona today?
I mean, I still love it, but yes, I felt hot out that day. But I mean, I think everyone did.
Yeah. You came out of the water in that big group of favourites. How tactical was that bike ride dealing with the group dynamics?
Oh yeah, it was hard. When I came out from the swim, it was a very big group. I tried from the beginning to make a little pressure on the group, and I mean, yeah, it stayed more or less together, but it was a little, I mean, we rode strong together, but it's always in a big group. It's never easy to ride together. So, but I think we did the best out from it, yeah.
Of course, finishing in 5th position for your first World Championship and transitioning from Olympic distance racing this year. What were the biggest adjustments you had to make to get ready for race day today?
I mean, the biggest change was to ride on my TT bike more because I just started and put out my TT bike last year in October. So, that was the biggest change. I mean, training hours still the same, not much more, but it's just little different sessions, and I mean, it's still training every day, yeah.
Absolutely. Your performance today has cemented you in 3rd place of the Ironman Pro Series. Does that take some pressure off you now going into our Precision Fuel and Hydration Ironman 70.3 World Championship in a few weeks' time?
Yes, I mean, it makes some pressure, but I'm still deciding if I'm gonna travel to Marbella, because I think I'm gonna stay in the US. So we still decide with my coaches and my whole team if I'm gonna go there. But I mean, it would be easier to go there and just make the race, but we still decide. I mean, this race took a lot of energy out from me, and Marbella is not a course where you just can go there with like legs from an Ironman. There are big climbs to do. So yeah, let's see what I'm gonna do.
Let's see. Well, we need to let's see how you celebrate your 5th place finish at your very first Ironman World Championship. Congratulations, Lisa Perterer from Austria.
Thank you.
We're going to move now to New Zealand, to Hannah Berry. Hannah, I'm not sure if you know this, but it's the best result by a Kiwi woman since 2007. How special was your performance, and how special is that result to you right now?
Incredibly special. I believe that was Erin Baker.
Joanna Lawn.
Oh, was it
4th in 2007.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Jo Lawn and Erin Baker are two Kiwi legends of the sport. Both I look up to a lot. So to be here and have a result that is kind of comparable to them is pretty incredible. What a day.
What a day indeed. Talk to me a little bit about how the day unfolded for you, and especially when you were with that group of Solveig, Kat, Laura and Lisa, when they came past you on the bike.
Yeah, how was my day? Brutal. I think, like Lisa said, the start of the ride, there was a lot of group dynamics. But then, that second half, there was a group of us who sort of got away from the rest. I was, to be honest, yo-yoing off the back quite a lot. So I was just trying to hang in there. And managed to do so. There was a bit of a gap at one point, and then managed to close it just at the end. So, I had a good ride. I actually felt pretty bad starting the ride and felt better at the end. So that's a positive and unusual.
Certainly is. You and Lisa went back and forth on the run and spent most of the marathon within 45 seconds of each other. How cool or intense was it to be breathing down each other's necks on the run course?
Yeah, it was kind of like familiar territory for us. We've raced each other a few times now. So, Yeah, it was a battle, and for a long time I didn't think I was going to catch Lisa. She was just sort of lingering out there, like you said, about 40 seconds ahead, and yeah, I was just kind of focusing on what I was doing, trying not to think about the fact that she was just up there. Well, it felt like a long way up there actually. And then eventually she did come back to me, and then I was terrified she was going to catch me again for the rest of the run.
So how do you keep cool in moments like that where you're terrified she's going to catch you again? How do you stay cool, stay pacing, stay focused, and get to that finish line?
I think you just got to focus on yourself, and just kind of, focus on the next aid station, and getting to that aid station, cooling yourself down. And just focusing on yourself. You can only do what you can do out there, so just sort of tried to find my rhythm, and hold on to the end.
And you had some familiar support out on the course as well today. Fenella Langridge, who joined our Ironman commentary team. You've had lots of fun training with her over the past few months. How much fun was it having her out there cheering you on today as well?
Yeah, that was special. She was amazing out there. Just see her whiz by on the motorbike and just hear her yelling. She's a special friend. She's an amazing person, as we all know. She brings so much energy to the sport, and so it was very cool that she stepped into that role this year when she couldn't race. So we'll be looking forward to having her back on the start line. She did an amazing job out there.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Berry from New Zealand, 4th place at the 2025 Ironman World Championship. We now move into those podium spots, and first up it is Germany's Laura Philipp. Laura, you said at the finish line this was one of your hardest races. Tell me more.
I really enjoyed the swim. I think it was actually fun, and I thought, this is like a really cool start into the day. I thought I have good company for the bike ride, and was in good spirits. But then, the bike was crazy in a way, because I thought we were riding okay or good, but then getting splits to the front, which were just getting bigger and bigger, was tough. A tough pill to swallow, I guess, because it seemed like, the gap is getting to a size where, it will be really tough to trying to go for the win or the podium. And then, on the run, I started with Kat. So again, I think I've not run as much kilometers with someone this year than with
besties.
But unfortunately, I just couldn't follow her pace. It was, kind of a tough day for me, not the day I was dreaming about. But I think, it's a good test on how tough you are, and if you can even keep going, when your dreams are fading away. And I think that is what I'm proud of. But then also on the run, it continued to be super crazy to get information from the outside, like this happened, and I was like, oh my God. So I don't know what place I am anymore. Just focus on myself, and the volunteers did an amazing job on the aid stations. I think those were our happy moments, getting to the next aid station. So that was really good. And I think, I got tested once again from, the competitors and the island. And I'm proud to sit up here on a day that, didn't felt really magical.
Well, you did have that amazing swim, which set you up for a great day. But at what point did you really have to dig deep, Laura? Is there a moment in the race that you really thought, I am going to push my limits completely to get to this finish line?
I think it started on the bike, kind of, where Lisa already said, we were this big group, and it felt like we're obviously not moving that fast when we got the splits to the front. Those are tough moments already, where you feel like you want to push, you give your best, but you're kind of making backwards progress. And I just tried to, go in the front and ride as hard as I could, because I really wanted to have no regrets, right? I really wanted to try to close to the front. And So what I'm proud of that I don't have any regrets. I gave everything I had. It already became tough on the bike. And then the run was pretty much a struggle from the beginning. And that's also tough, you know, if you look at your watch and you don't see the splits that you were hoping for. But I guess that's also part of racing. And yeah, I'm just proud that I continued and that my body held it together and that I didn't collapse somewhere on the highway. I think, yeah, I feel really sorry for Lucy and Taylor. I think that's not the way how you want to get a spot on the podium, that someone has like to pull out or has a bad day. But at the end, that's also racing and part of racing to pace yourself well. And I think that's what I did. Like I really listened to my body and yeah, so like this, I was able to, yeah, just keep going.
And Laura, how aware were you of what was happening at the front of the race? At what point did you realize you were in third place?
I think I was on the highway again after the energy lap, when people started to tell me, now you're fourth, now you're third. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't overtake anyone, so what is going on? It was crazy to imagine, like, because I didn't know if they like bonged or collapsed or whatever happened. So I guess it must have been a really exciting race to watch.
You'll have to watch the live coverage back again to see what happened.
Yeah, definitely have to, yes.
Yeah. Germany's Laura Philipp, absolutely fantastic. Third place position for Laura. Congratulations. And now we move to Great Britain's Kat Matthews. Congratulations, first of all, on crossing the finish line. You had an incredible performance in this crazy race. What was it like being part of it and getting all the different updates as you chased down the lead?
It was a fantastic experience to make T2 specifically, as I didn't 2 years ago, and to be in a race where everyone was really having to push their limits, clearly. I think it was really quite spectacular what Solveig was able to pull off.
It was incredible to watch you out there today. You said that you'd measure your performance by finishing in a way that you were proud of. With the way that you emptied yourself out there, you must be proud of that performance today.
Yes, I am proud of my performance. I'm really happy to finish strongly. I experienced the challenge of Ironman for sure today. I wasn't able to play my part. I didn't feel on the bike. Sorry. And but I didn't let that mentally put me down. Actually, the splits I wasn't worried about. I really somehow found a mind state coming here of just, it's my own best personal performance, and it's sort of irrelevant what everyone else was doing. So if they were 15 minutes ahead at one point, which is, yeah, sure, that's catastrophic, really. But to me, I was like, well, you know, I'm doing my best. And I just kept staying grounded in that.
No regrets out on the course today, giving it every single thing that you possibly could?
I mean, the last 2 kilometre pace probably suggested I had more to give, but I definitely feel like that was my best triathlon performance I could give today.
And a run course best today as well on the course?
Thank you.
Yeah. Does that make you proud?
Did it for my husband.
Oh, that deserves a round of applause. Kat, in more serious question, you've achieved second place on the podium on 3 unique Ironman World Championship courses, St. George, Nice, and now finally Kona. That is an incredible achievement on 3 totally different courses. What do you think is the secret to your success and your versatility across 3 very, very different races and climates and weather and everything?
Goodness, give me a few weeks to reflect on that, maybe. I think it's perhaps just embracing the challenge, whatever it is, not saying this course suits me, this course doesn't. It's more just I'm going to get as fit as I can and attack the challenge that's in front of me.
Yeah, there was just 35 seconds between you and Solveig at the end of the day. Did you know on the run how quickly you were gaining on Solveig and that you could potentially overtake her if you hadn't run out of road, literally?
No, well, you're loosely aware, but I think it was 4 or 5 minutes for the whole race. So that's what it felt like. Or it was 8 and then it was 4 and then it just stayed at 4 for a while. And in the energy lab, Lucy, Taylor and Solveig all looked fantastic. So I was like, oh, well, like I said, just in your own game, you're on pace, everything's going fine. You can't worry about anyone else. But it was maybe at sort of 6 or 7K, Mark was like, you're going to catch, you're going to finish about 90 seconds behind Solveig. And he was like, but you could try a bit harder.
Thanks, Mark.
And so I really lent in to my sort of like the muscular fatigue at that point, and I really gave it everything. So I knew that my closing kilometres were very fast. I love running downhill. It just makes it. Oh well, I didn't know that, but I assumed Solveig wasn't running as fast. So I guess I didn't know I was that close though.
Yeah, Kat Matthews, absolutely fantastic. So great to see you on the podium and finish here at the Ironman World Championship in Kona. Kat Matthews, everybody, representing Great Britain, silver medalist at the 2025 Ironman World Championship. And now we move across to your champion. She's crowned the Ironman World Champion today. Solveig, has it sunk in yet? It's been, a couple of hours?
No, it still feels weird.
You're still smiling?
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
You mentioned at the press conference on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, that you love to race and have fun when you're racing. At what point did you start having fun on the course today?
It was actually a bit. I was actually really enjoying the first part of the ride when I was with Kat and Laura and Lisa, and I was a bit disappointed with my swim. Like, I had a great swim at the test swim, so I was like quite optimistic, but I didn't have the best start here. But I saw like, okay, Lisa and Kat is here, so it's probably a good group anyway, but we lost more time than I would have liked in the swim. But actually, as Kat said, I also felt really, really relaxed. Like, I didn't care too much about the splits. I was just like, okay, it is 6 minutes, whatever. I just need to ride then. And I was really happy to ride with the girls. And I actually didn't plan to like get away from them, but I just took a turn. I think it was in a downhill, and I like riding downhills. And
running and riding downhills.
Yeah. It's a pattern here. Should I have had like a downhill swim? I think I would have liked that too.
I think it pretty much was a downhill swim, was it? Maybe
in
not.
a river or something, but only one way, because in the Olympics it was both ways, so we also had to swim against the current. And
okay.
I did not like that.
Okay. We'll know for next year.
Yeah. But so after like being in front for a while, I was just turning my head like, basically the signal to the other girls like, you can take a turn now. Like, I've been in the front for a while now. And then I was just like, oh, they're not here. I was just like, oh no. And I was thinking like, okay, I just need to ride by myself then. And I was thinking either it's like a smart choice or it's really stupid. But I just felt great. So I was pushing like more watts than I had planned to do. But I also like just go by feeling. So if it feels good, just try to go with it. And that's what I did. So I was really surprised when I got into, because you didn't get a lot of splits out there, so I had no idea like what the gap was, and then I heard like 8 minutes or something back to the group, and I was just like in shock really that it was that much, because I really didn't expect that, but it was a bit lonely though, so it was a lonely day because I was so happy to have the company in the beginning, and then I was just like, oh well, by myself, and I was running alone for the whole day. And also, like Laura talked about, I actually saw both of them stopping in front of me, and I was just like with Lucy first, and obviously it's heartbreaking to see someone pull out that way. And then when I also saw Taylor stop right in front of me, I was just like, what is going on now? It's like, is it me that had like some powers now? Just I don't know. It was. It was like not the way I wanted to overtake people, but at the same time, you're just like, I'm in the lead now. And then my thought was just like, don't be the next person to sit on side of the road. So it was only 2 Ks left at that point, I think, when Taylor stopped. So I tried to control a bit more because I heard I still had like a gap on Kat. But she was running fast at the end, so I was a bit surprised how close she actually was. But I was thinking like, don't be stupid, don't try to run fast in the last case and then blow up and throw away everything. So, but yeah, it was really crazy race. I did not see it play out that way at all.
So how do you keep your cool though? Because you've come across you've seen Lucy, you've seen that Lucy is DNFing, she's a world champion. And then you come across Taylor and she's sitting on the side of the road and you can see that she's in a bit of distress and that potentially now you are in the lead. How do you keep your composure to not blow up and to not get too excited? Because it was all to lose at that point if you made a silly mistake.
I honestly think it helped that I got a lot of splits. Like Brad out there gave me a lot of splits and he said like, I think it was actually 2 minutes at that point and it was basically 2Ks left. So I was thinking like, okay, Kat is probably not running 3 minutes per K, so if I, or maybe, I don't know, you were coming fast, so, but I was like trying to think like, what pace can I run and not be overtaken, but try to not run much faster than that as well. But like that being said, I think if the run had been like a couple Ks longer, she definitely would have caught me. So I was really happy the finish line was where it was because I was done.
What was it like coming down the finish line, the crowds of people, island breeze on the finish, the excitement, and then to hear the words, Solveig Løvseth, you are an Ironman world champion?
It was just weird because really good, but also like I didn't see it coming because I think when I was third off the bike, I was thinking like, okay, if I am able to actually stay on this podium, that's great. So I was thinking like, either I need to try to keep the girls behind me, or if they catch me, I need to try to catch someone, because I just want this podium. That was like my one focus. And then I was not really gaining much on the front, so I was thinking like, okay, but third is really good. And then Lucy stopped, and I was just like, whoa, second is really good. But then I was thinking like, okay, second it is. And suddenly I was in the lead. And then that also happened so fast because it was, I think both of them like blew up quite quickly, so it was, the gap just went down so fast, so I wasn't like gaining slowly. It was just like from a big gap to nothing. So I definitely wasn't prepared to be in the lead. So it was just strange.
Very surreal, I imagine.
Yeah.
So all week, in fact, I'd say for more than a week, a lot of time, people have been talking about, the Norwegian ability to win an Ironman World Championship on debut. What is the secret?
I'm starting to like think it's something. I usually don't believe in things that I don't know how to say it in English, but like supernatural stuff. But now I think like something is going on here because especially when the two people in front of me stopped like that, I was just like, okay, so it's just the world that has decided that I was going to win today. It felt like that. It was yeah.
They certainly have, and what a fantastic champion you are. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Ironman World Champion, representing Norway, taking the tape on debut in Kona, Solveig Løvseth. Absolutely fantastic. We are going to open the floor now to questions from our media. So we do have microphones if required. And just please, if you wouldn't mind, state your name and your media outlet, please, before asking your question. Bob Babbitt over here on the left-hand side.
Bob Babbitt, Breakfast with Bob. So, Laura, when we were chatting the other day, you were talking about that, at some point in this race, someone's going to have to take a risk. And the thing about this race is you take a risk, and with the heat, that risk might pay off, but it might not. This seems sort of like what you talked about, exactly what happened today.
Yeah, it must have been like this, but I didn't really feel at some point that I did something super special, where I was talking about with you, like taking risks is like, so I think I couldn't really push myself to that, line, I guess.
You didn't have to take a risk. Things just sort of happened in front of you.
It happened to me, yes.
Okay. Please raise your hand. Whoever would like to ask another question, please. We have one at the front, two at the front here, actually. Liv, one on your right and one on your left. Thank you.
I'm Mikato Kairin from Triathlon Lumina magazine from Japan. Question to Solveig. So you are training with other Norwegian men's athletes, and did you get any advice or information about Kona beforehand from them, like Christian or Gustav?
Well, actually, not something I remember. I think I've been training with them a lot over the years, but this year not that much because it's been obviously with the different World Championship locations, and the schedule has just been really hard to actually have camps together. And this year we're not on the national team, any of us, but I definitely feel like I've just learned so much from them over the years, really, and I think that has really helped me to develop as an athlete, and just I'm very grateful for all the years we have had on the national team with them as well. And I think I just like my whole approach to training. I think I have from them actually, be serious in the training, but be a bit chill around other stuff, and also have a lot of fun with it. And I think I just have basically learned everything from them, really.
Any specific tips for Kona racing in Kona?
Just try to stay cool. Everyone kept saying on the run, stay cool. And I was just thinking, but I'm not cool now, so how can I stay cool? But try.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have another question here at the front, please.
Kyle Glass, Perterer News, for the whole panel. With the way things unfolded on the run, what was it like to kind of stay composed? Most of you guys all got splits throughout the day, and knowing what that gap was and where it was at, how were you guys able to bounce back and put that kind of in the back of your mind and continue to move forward? Kind of everyone or whoever wants to answer.
Yeah, let's go. Kat, you have or Hannah, maybe one of you.
I mean, the splits were definitely surprising. I kind of didn't believe the boards when I saw them. But then I just kind of thought, oh, well, it is what it is. Like the others have said, you kind of think, well, I guess they've won the race. I just need to focus on my race now and do the best I can. But obviously it was a crazy day. It didn't play out that way in the end. So obviously they were just pushing really hard on the bike. So I think like any race, you just have to focus on what you're doing, and just take note of how you're feeling and do the best that you can. And if the splits are going out, well, it's nothing else you can do about it other than your best. So, yeah.
Anyone else want to take that question? Lisa, maybe? Would you like to answer the question as well?
I was already surprised with the gap we had after the swim, or I had. So for me, it was the same what they already said, that I just tried to stay focused, and I just wanted to do my race today, and this is what I did, and I gave everything what I had. I'm not sure if I had my greatest day, but I think even if you don't have your greatest day, you just need to stay focused and do your race, and not, it's good to get some information from the front, but you can't change much when you don't have this extra gear, I think.
Kat, do you want to jump in there as well? No? Okay. We've got any more questions from our gathered media here? Yes, again, I think just to the left there, Bob Babbitt.
So, Kat, after Hamburg and the great race that you and Laura had there, getting off the bike with Laura, it seemed like you guys were sort of feeding on each other and both were running really, really well. Did it help to have Laura there at the beginning of the run?
Good question. Just to be clear, I don't think we were feeding off each other on the bike. Laura did all the work. I couldn't do any better. On the run, did it help? I think I actually said, come on, like Mark sort of cheered us both on. It felt like we were, I don't know, tackling it together. But that's how my perspective. Laura's probably very different. And I really felt that to start with. And then there was a couple of aid stations where we both got in each other's way, and it was a bit awkward. And then I just stuck to pace, or heart rate, whatever metric I just glanced at on my watch. So I guess to start with, it was nice, but I know I needed to really calm down. We were running a bit too fast. So in a way, I think maybe we actually weren't helpful to each other at the start. Don't know.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Kat. Any more questions from our gathered media here? Yes, in the centre. Thank you.
Kevin McKinnon with Slow Twitch. Laura, we talked earlier this week, and you spoke about the difficulties of defending the Ironman World Championship title. Did you sort of feel that out there today? Any of the pressure or any difference from that going into today's race, and feel like that might have been a difference?
No, I don't really think so, because I obviously won my title on a very different course. So I came here knowing I'm not the defending champion of this race on the island. So, third was the best that I had going into this race. And now I'm third again. I think it's just a different race dynamic and different skills required to be successful here. And so I think I learned another lesson, but I think it's not really comparable.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you, Laura. Any more questions? If not, we will wrap up the pro race post-race press conference for the 2025 Ironman World Championship. Please give it up for these incredible global superstars of our sport. Lisa Perterer in 5th place from Austria, Hannah Berry in 4th from New Zealand, Laura Philipp from Germany in 3rd, Kat Matthews from the United Kingdom in 2nd, and your women's champion for 2025, Solveig Løvseth from Norway. That now concludes our press conference. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us here in Kailua, Kona, and to everybody at home. We hope you have enjoyed seeing a spectacular and historic day of racing in Kona. Mahalo.